Oh, what you want my money? Oh no. What happened? Oh, all right. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Oh, but that one guy was saying that Obadiah was an Edomite. I don't know. You just quickly look into that. You find out that he wasn't an Edomite. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. All right. So Edom. Look at in Revelation. They talk about the white horse and the rider has a bow in his hand. That bow that it's talking about is not like an archery bow. It's a simple piece of fabric. Talking about your contracts, talking about your dollars, talking about all your laws that was written. Okay, that's that time where you got, that rider has the bow, the simple piece of fabric to put all of his contracts on, and money and all that. All right. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And there's going to be coming a point in time where all the shady dealings of Esau through his, policies and sanctioning this place and running in here to overthrow the government of this place, they start getting hated by the other nations, man. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? All right. You got all the largest military, all the power, all the might. You have the sword. You have the ultimate sword of the earth. Yeah. Yay. Big kudos to you and all your firepower. All right, and all your big armies and all your pawns. You're a worldly master chess player. Thou shalt exalt thyself as the eagle. All right, you look, every nation that is in council with Esau has an eagle seal somewhere that they utilize. And America's the bird, the national bird of America is the bald eagle, man. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, saith the Lord. Space Force, satellites, alleged space station. All right. If thieves came, verse 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have not stolen till they had enough? If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out, and how are his hidden things sought up? All right, what do you mean secrets? Hidden things? You mean like a shadow government? Like people working back channels to influence policy and law? The law of the land? Okay, 7. All men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? What's the mount of Esau? Mount Seir, Ezekiel 35. Set your face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Okay, verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Okay, so if you don't know who Esau is, you don't know your nation, you better figure it out. And you better do what you can do to try to attain mercy from the Lord. But every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them. Okay, your own brother, man. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother and the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Okay? That's that carnal mind. And a carnal mind is death. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, and thou hast done it. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. And then when you read further in Revelation, it says, give unto her double. Okay? Babylon, mystery Babylon, the whore that sits on many waters. It's not just America. It's not just Babylon. The whore that sits on many waters. All right? Every continent could be considered sitting on water. And you got these deals. I'll just call it a deal. You got these deals going out that affect every land coming out of America. Okay? The United States Corporation. Okay? A bunch of pirates. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Oh, in Revelation it says, give unto her double. Okay? And just what she has done is completely debaucherous and abominable. Give unto her double. In verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. So we're going to get all our stuff back, all our artifacts that was stole, everything. And there's a new kingdom coming down out the heavens anyway. Okay? And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken. So even though hand go in hand, the wicked will not go unpunished. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau. All right? And it says elsewhere in the Bible that the Lord will send the armies of the north to come and put us into subjection, under their subjection. And then this says, and they shall face south, and they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau. So we was in the south, and those armies from the north came down and oppressed us, and basically the Lord used them to implement some of the curses in Deuteronomy 28:15 and on. And they of the plain of the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captivity of this host of children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath. And the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Shephard, shall possess the cities of the south. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Okay? And who knows what was going on with that priest that the martyrs were talking to that denied that there was a book of Obadiah? I mean, number one, he could just be a straight idiot. Number two, I mean, whoever taught him whatever he knows could have left all that out, so he wouldn't have no questions like that. And he just blindly goes through the directives of, reading. They'll get up there, they'll say, this is the book of John, and they'll just go to a random part of the book of John and they'll start reading, not quoting the verse and chapter. And then they'll talk and get all emotional and say jokes that are more geared towards the women. you know, clown the men a little bit. That is completely an abomination, okay? And, you know, let me just, I know there's some controversy about the Book of Mormon, but I'm going to go ahead and read 1 Nephi chapter 13 and 3. All right, I'm going to start at just 1. And it came to pass that the angel spake unto me, saying, Look, and I looked and beheld many nations and kingdoms. And the angel said unto me, What beholdest thou? And I said, I behold many nations and kingdoms. And he said unto me, These are the nations and kingdoms of the Gentiles. And it came to pass that I saw among the nations of the Gentiles the formation of a great church. And the angel said unto me, Behold, the formation of a church which is most abominable above all other churches, which slayeth the saints of God. And think about when they say, you have killed the prophets and built their sepulchres. Okay? Which slayeth the saints of God, yea, and tortureth them, and bindeth them down, and yoketh them with a yoke of iron, and bringeth them down into captivity. And it came to pass that I beheld this great and abominable church, and I saw the devil, that he was the founder of it. Okay? The deceiver, the founder of it. Okay? Esau, the priests of Baal, with all their witchcraft. Okay? And I also saw gold and silver and silks and scarlets and fine twined linen and all manner of precious clothing. And I saw many harlots. That's sounded exactly like a church, man. Because you go in, it's the biggest. It's got big ceilings and wood, carved wood, stained glass, brass inlays, hewn stone altars with steps leading up to it, which is completely against the commandment of God. Lest he see thou nakedness. And that's right after the 10 Commandments. Everybody knows the 10 Commandments, but read on after that. Okay? Read on what was leading up to that. So everybody wants to put the 10 Commandments up on their wall, and that's as far as they go. Keep reading. Okay? Verse 8. 1 Nephi 13, verse 8. And the angel spake unto me, saying, Behold, the gold and the silver and the silks and the scarlets and the fine twined linen and the precious clothing and the harlots are the desires of the great and abominable church. And, yo, I'm telling you, I have seen women just completely out of order in church when the way they dress. Hair all done up, this, that, Sunday best. Man, coming to the Lord needs to be a humble thing, and you do not show out like that, man. You do not show out like that. Shame on y'all, harlots. You know, send the basket around. Also, for the praise of the world do they destroy the saints of God and bring them down into captivity. And it came to pass, I looked and beheld many waters, and they divided the Gentiles from the seed of my brethren. And it came to pass that the angel said unto me, Behold, the wrath of God is upon the seed of thy brethren. And I looked, and behold, a man among the Gentiles, who was separated from the seed of my brethren by the many waters. And I beheld the Spirit of God, that it came down and wrought upon the man. And he went forth upon the many waters, and even unto the seed of my brethren, who were in the promised land. And it came to pass that I beheld the Spirit of God, that it wrought upon other Gentiles, and they went forth out of captivity upon the many waters. And it came to pass that I beheld many multitudes of the Gentiles upon the land of promise, and I beheld the wrath of God, that it was upon the seed of my brethren, and that they were scattered before the Gentiles, and were smitten. And I beheld the Spirit of the Lord, and it was upon the Gentiles, and they did prosper, and obtain the land for their inheritance. And I beheld that they were white, and exceedingly fair and beautiful, like unto my people before they were slain. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, beheld that the Gentiles who had gone forth out of captivity did humble themselves before the Lord, and the power of the Lord was with them. Okay? So that sounds like this time leading up to Jacob's trouble, man. And with that, I give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Hamashiach, wa Malak Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Barak HaKadosh. Shalom.